Hey guys, so it's the 26th now. I have been for hours trying to figure out how to edit this footage. Excuse me. I was able to draw some characters, one of Dee and one of Edwin, and on my tablet, and I was able to screen record it. I figured that out, and I can play the files on my tablet. But when I transfer the files onto my laptop to uh, edit in Lightworks, even though I put mixed rates, some aren't able to be imported because they have like 12 frames per second or whatever. And so I tried to do video converters. I've tried everything, a bunch of video converter to change the frame per second, and then in editing I can slow it down. But none of them are able to even open the files. So I don't know what to do, and I'm sitting here racking my brain, and it's annoying me. But I'm determined to figure it out because this is not going to kick my butt. I have the footage, and it's playable. I can watch it on my tablet. So I'm going to figure this out because I really want to edit and upload it. So that was the whole point of this. But I'll figure it out. But that's my update for you guys. I've been working on this for several hours now. Since this afternoon. Earlier this afternoon. I did get to video chat with my sister earlier though, so I started on it, I think, right after that. But I got to see my nephew Xavier. He's so tiny. He's so cute. Oh my god. I wish I was down there. I'm so jealous of my. Yeah. But yeah, that's my update for you guys. I'm gonna keep working at this and try to figure something out. But I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Hey guys. So I'm not really doing much of anything today. It's the 27th, Sunday. But, excuse me, I'm watching the Pro Bowl. My brother was trying to get it on the TV where he's at, but the reception's really bad right now, so the channel's not coming in. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I did some editing this morning, though, for a video. I did some digital art, but I have to do a voiceover for it. That was very interesting to try to edit because the files from the recorder I used some of them weren't working in Lightworks, so I'm pretty sure, I think I explained some of it, but I finally found a workaround for it, and I just imported each video separately and exported it instantly to 30 frames per second. That way they were all the same, and I can just import it in one file and then edit that way, even though it was extra steps, but it works. But yeah, that's my little update for now. Tomorrow, I'm a little bit anxious, to be honest with you, because tomorrow they vote on the Child Victims Act, and I'm really anxious. Honestly, I'm a little bit confused right now because I've read conflicting stories online on what exactly is entailed in the bill, and then when you go to the New York State Senate website, the bill there says something, but there are bills that they've already signed into law that aren't updated on the site itself. So I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be that bill that they're going to be voting on or if it's going to be a different bill. So I'm a little bit confused on what it's going to entail entirely, but I know that there's going to be a 1-year look-back window. I'm 100% sure on. So it's exciting, and it's also making me very anxious because, yeah, oof, man, gonna have to end up going to court and stuff like that, so. But anyway, that's my update for you guys, and I guess I'll talk to you a little bit later. Morning, guys. So it is January 28th. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning. I've been up for about 2 hours now. I've been trying to search where I can find them vote on the Child Victims Act live, but I can't seem to find anything, or even a time when they're supposed to be voting, so it's a little frustrating because I'm worried about the statute of limitations part, because before the original bill, if you go onto the New York State Senate website, says to get rid of the statute of limitations entirely. But now I'm reading articles saying that they're going to give two different ones, one for felony, one for misdemeanor. Excuse me. And I think for felony, you have until age 28, which doesn't make any sense to me if that's the case, because they specified that people don't tend to come forward or start dealing with their trauma until the age of 50 between age 50 and I think 52 or 53, something like that. So they had said in articles that I read anyway recently that to sue civilly, the statute of limitations is going to increase to age 55, but criminally it's 28 or below that, which doesn't make sense to me, because if people can't deal with their trauma before that period of time, how do you expect them to come forward and have that person arrested or criminally charged? That makes no sense to me at all. So I'm hoping that the articles are wrong, or that something has changed and like they just have zero, like no statute of limitations on it whatsoever. Because my case, there's video footage, there's evidence still to this day. And so you're basically telling me as a child, even though it was recorded and posted online for thousands and thousands of people to see for over a decade, basically, or close to a decade now, even though there's evidence of it, the person cannot be prosecuted criminally. That's just bonkers to me. That makes no freaking sense, and it's very upsetting. However, I am trying to hold off on getting too upset about it, because I want to hear what they have to say first on what's in the bill, and like when they vote on it and stuff, or the articles after the fact, because that's the way it's looking now, is that I'm not going to be able to watch live, which is something that's really important to me. I really wanted to do that, so I did tweet the New York State Senate to ask them if it's going to be live coverage or whatever, and if so, where it can be watched, because I did read an article where there was a victim who's going to be named in the bill, because they read names off victims, so I guess recognition or something, but partial healing and everything. But the person moved to Colorado, and they quoted the person as saying that they were going to watch live today. So I'm not sure how, they're going to do that, but I really want to be able to do that. So, but that's my little update for you guys. I'm going to sit here, see if they're going to respond to me about if there's going to be a live coverage and where I can watch and stuff. But as far as Google, I couldn't really find anything, or the state Senate website. So, but that's my update for you guys, and I will update you guys here in a little bit when I find out some more information, if I do. But I'll definitely let you guys know a little bit later how the vote went and stuff. So, but anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. So I was still searching and I still couldn't find anything, but I'm going to Google it now while you guys are here to see if it's been voted on. Let's go to news. I think it passed. I don't see any. Let me do articles, because I had to go back to Twitter because I saw something, but then I decided to Google it. Somebody on Twitter updated. I guess they're at the blah, blah, blah. I'm not seeing anything on Google for the news, so maybe I don't know. I don't know what it means, because one person or one account, New York passed CBA on Twitter, is saying unanimous yes vote on CBA and Senate Judiciary Committee. This marks the first time the New York Senate voted on this bill. Thank you. And then it says 3 major results with passing of this bill. 1, extend New York statute of limitation to allow for criminal charges against sexual abusers of children until their victims turn 28 for felony cases, up from the current 23. Allow victims to seek civil action against their abusers and institutions that enable them until they turn 55. 3, open up a 1-year, one-time only period to allow all victims to seek civil action regardless of how long ago the abuse occurred. But I don't... They have a picture of it, looks like inside where they're voting. My screen is horrible, sorry. So I don't know what this means. I'm going to wait about 10 minutes and try to Google it again. Maybe they haven't had a chance to write any articles yet. This was... Oh, no, this isn't it. This definitely isn't that then. Never mind, guys. Search it in a bit then. Okay, so apparently that was correct. That was for today. Senator Andrew something. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, and I don't want to butcher it, so, but I don't know who he is, but posted 27 minutes ago with the hashtag CVA and Child Victims Act, which is what CVA stands for. But the Senate Judiciary Committee just voted to approve the Child Victims Act and bring it to the floor of the State Senate for a vote later today. So I know today, because they tweeted out that the State Senate here in New York isn't going to be back in session until 3 p.m. this afternoon. So I have until 3 p.m. to figure out where I can watch it, because I want to watch it and I want to like record it, because this is like life-changing. This is amazing for me. This is I think 16 years, it's 15 or 16 years that they've been trying to pass the Child Victims Act, and it was blocked by I guess Republicans. So yes, but finally to get some justice. I'm just sorry this vlog is probably just about this CVA, but it's really important to me, like really, really important. However, I don't feel like if the statute of limitation is till 28 for criminal, I feel like after this has taken place and it's approved and stuff, I want to help work to get the statute of limitations completely taken off, because there should be no protections for people like that. I'm sorry, but why are we protecting them at all? If there's evidence, because there would have to be evidence in a case in order for it to be tried criminally. You know, the option should be available if there is evidence. There shouldn't be some statute of limitations or, limitations on it to where, some time's gone by, I just gotta wait. And then I'm scot-free. Like, it doesn't work that way, because then they can continue to abuse people in the interim. It doesn't make any sense. That's not protecting children, that child who was abused, or any future child from that perpetrator. It doesn't help at all. But anyway, I will talk to you guys in a bit. Yeah, I told people that I would start vlogging whenever I felt really anxious. But, so I decided to turn my camera on so they can see how anxious I am. Oh man, hold on, let me just update them. So, the attorney's office, I contacted the attorney's office, who I spoke to last year before the election, about my case for the Child Victims Act being passed, and they called me. I did their online chat thing to get someone to call me, but they weren't at their desk, the person they connected me with, so I left a voicemail. But my anxiety is super high now because of that, so anyway, I'll update y'all later. Come on, man, it's already 3:35, let's vote! Waiting for what feels like an eternity. The Senate stands at ease is what it's saying now. So, I don't know what that means. This is my first time watching the Senate thing, so I guess we'll find out together. It's nerve-wracking. I don't know which one it is.
Section 2 is actually take effect on the same day and in the same manner as Section 1 of Chapter 399 of the laws of 2018.
Guys, this is nerve-wracking. I wonder when they're going to call it, because it wasn't on the calendar, but then again, it was voted on this morning, so I'm just eager to find out when it's going to be called, so. It's not passed until it's passed. I don't care how many of them said that they're going to vote for it. It is not done until it's completely voted on and passed. God, please, please, please let this pass. Not just for myself, but for the kids, going forward, and those other people who need closure and justice. I pray this goes through. Thank you so much for being with me and us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I want to do freak out mode right now and just go freaking crazy waiting, but I'm trying to reel myself in. Ah!
on all remaining sex offenses against children. The language would amend the exact same section of law as Section 1 of the bill. Instead of an additional 5 years of time to bring certain sex offenses, it would eliminate it altogether, allowing victims and law enforcement the opportunity to pursue all cases of sexual abuse against a child. Most child victims, emotionally and psychologically, are not able to come to grips with what happened to them until they're at least in their 30s or 40s, and they do not report it until that time. Sexual predators repeat their abhorrent behavior over and over and over again. It is unbelievable to me today that we are only raising the age of the criminal statute to age 28. We should be eliminating it altogether.
Yes.
So that victims can get justice, but also we can take these child predators off the streets.
Yes.
And finally, there are two provisions that address the restoration of voting rights and allowing predators to vote in schools. It is well known that many perpetrators have many victims. Like the provisions in this bill, these amendments would continue to protect children from acts of sexual abuse.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam President.
Please, God, let them approve it.
Senator, I
The
want to
amendment.
remind the House that the vote is on the procedures of the House and the ruling of the chair. Those in favor of overruling the chair signify by saying aye. Show of hands has been requested and so ordered. Ayes 20. Ruling of the chair stands and the bill in chief is before the House.
What does that mean?
We just had an amendment, and I just would like to follow up on that, even though it was voted down. Child sex abuse is most often committed by a family member or a trusted friend. If the abuser is deceased or without means, what remedy is available under this bill for those victims?
Grown-ups reduced to tears just because somebody said, I hear you. Not only do we hear you, that you deserve justice, and today is the day that you'll have it. And on that bittersweet moment that that declaration was made, instead of the applause, I heard sobs. We apologize. We apologize. We apologize for the people who did these things. We apologize for not hearing you soon enough. We apologize for making you show up every single day to bear your emotional scars, to make sure that we got it. We apologize for making you wait so long. In this chamber, we made you wait too long. I want to say to the Assembly who passed it over and over again, thank you, Marge Markey, who was the Assemblywoman who carried it there before. Linda Rosenthal was here at the press conference as well. This is a bittersweet victory, but it is an end to a very, very long
Not an end.
and arduous journey. But it is our way, this passage, this unanimous passage, the thoughtful points that were made on both sides of the aisle, I think sends a message. It's been a long wait. The wait is over. We apologize, and we will continue to make sure that children are protected, children are heard, and that justice is speedy. Thank you again. I vote aye.
Majority Leader Stewart Cousins, report in the affirmative. Announce the results.
Ayes 63.
The bill is passed.
Yes, gosh.